Things have been going downhill in Vermont for just about as long as anyone can remember. And not just down the hill, across the hill, and eventually up the hill. Skiing is the common thread running through the very fabric of life in Vermont. It's the passion that for generations has brought athletes, entrepreneurs, families, and friends together and sent Vermont skiers and riders to faraway places to compete as Olympians. Frequently, they've returned as champions. Vermonters Andrea Meade Lawrence, Billy Kidd, the Skiing Cochrans, Susie Chaffee, Bill Cope, John Caldwell, Donna Weinbreck, Felix McGrath, Doug Lewis, Tiger Shaw, and many more helped carve a special place in history for Vermont winter athletes. Skiing in Vermont defines the personality of a hardy people who embrace their environment and cherish the diverse opportunities it provides. Skiing in Vermont has evolved from humble beginnings. Nordic skiing offered a way of getting around during the long months of winter. Between the Scandinavian influence of Nordic, or cross-country skiing, and alpine, came ski jumping. Ski jumping actually preceded alpine skiing as a winter activity. Fred Harris of Brattleboro was an early jumping pioneer, taking a pair of jump skis to Dartmouth with him in 1908. The first ski jumping competition at Dartmouth in 1910 was held on a jump built by Fred Harris. He also constructed a 70-meter hill in Brattleboro that has been frequented and revered by the international ski jumping community. Pursuit of that same exhilaration and freedom would later provide the impetus to go farther, faster, from ever higher elevations. 6 years after Fred Harris's jumping accomplishments, the first descent of a Vermont mountain was recorded. It was 1914 when college librarian Nathaniel Goodrich hiked up, then skied down Mount Mansfield. It would be another 20 years before Yankee ingenuity would result in skiing's first mechanized step. In 1934, on a hillside pasture on Clint Gilbert's farm in Woodstock, Robert and Elizabeth Royce, owners of a local inn, opened the White Cupboard Skiway. A Ford engine and a rope rigged over a series of automobile wheels moved skiers uphill. This simple rope tow was arguably America's first commercial ski lift. The following winter, Wallace "Bunny" Bertram took over for the Royces. He made improvements to the design and later opened Suicide 6. Because skiers no longer had to climb up, they could make many runs per day, not just one. It was the beginning of a very busy era for Vermont skiing. Within a few years, a dozen more ski areas would open, aided by work performed by members of the Civilian Conservation Corps, or CCC. The CCC was a make-work program initiated by President Franklin Roosevelt to aid those left unemployed by the Depression. Vermont forester Perry Merrill left his position to head the CCC in Vermont, resulting in a boost to ski area development. It was Merrill's idea to lease state lands to ski areas in exchange for rents, which initially supported the CCC. Stowe, Jay Peak, Burke, Okemo, Ascutney, Middlebury Snowbowl, and others reaped the benefits of the CCC workers' knowledge of and dedication to the mountains. Another national challenge provided a boost to Vermont skiing in later years. Soldiers trained to fight in the Italian Alps in the 10th Mountain Division during World War II returned to Vermont after the war to develop ski areas and skiing-related businesses. The 10th Mountain Division had been the brainchild of Minnie Dole, who also fathered the National Ski Patrol System at the National Downhill Races held on Nosedive at Stowe in March 1938. As more and more skiers were flocking to fledgling Vermont ski areas, placing greater pressure on ski area operators to provide faster access, lifts evolved from the rope tow to the Palma, the J-bar, the T-bar, the chairlift, the gondola, and tram. Today, Stratton boasts 3 6-passenger detachable chairlifts, known as six-packs, and nearly every Vermont ski area has at least one detachable quad. Getting skiers up the hill was one thing. Dealing with the vagaries of Mother Nature and unpredictable snowfall was quite another. A brash young entrepreneur named Preston Leet Smith met the challenge of Vermont's unpredictable natural snowfall head-on. In the early 1960s, after Mount Snow experimented with making snow, Smith took the emerging technology to new heights. Fresh out of college, with a degree in forestry and a keen vision for market demand, Smith transformed Killington Peak, Vermont's second highest peak, into Killington Mountain Resort, the largest ski area east of the Rockies. Smith brought snowmaking to the forefront of the ski world. Lifts and snowmaking aren't the only technological milestones engineered by Vermont ski and snowboard enthusiasts. A young Vermont college student seeking a way to bring new challenges to snow sports pioneered snowboarding. Today, Jake Burton Carpenter's dream has evolved into the world's most recognized snowboard and helped bring 2 more Olympic gold medals to Vermont. Kelly Clark and Ross Powers are just the latest in a very long and prestigious list of Vermonters to earn Olympic or World Cup championships. Today, Vermont is the nation's 3rd largest ski state, trailing only Colorado and California in annual skier days. Skiing remains one of Vermont's most important businesses and cherished activities.
The over 20 alpine and 30 Nordic areas contribute more than $1 billion to Vermont's economy and provide employment for more than 11,000 Vermonters. Equally important, more than 2/3 of Vermonters say they enjoy either alpine or Nordic skiing.
Given the storied history of Vermont's ski people, places, and technology, it's no surprise that history is made every winter on the white-covered green mountains of Vermont.
So long for now. See you at Bromley this winter.